In this video, I'm going to be walking you through exactly how we can get you to 27 to 3,000 calories per day. And this is our exact client. This is one of our clients. His name is Justin. He just started working with us. And he's basically tried all these diets, done all the restrictive stuff, probably ate close to 2,100 calories. And so this is how we actually map out a plan for one of our clients. And there could really be two ways, okay? There could be like a really sustainable way where it's like, super easy for you. You have minimal hunger, minimal disruption. It's a very slow process. This is something that we don't recommend because it takes a really, really long time to get there. What we actually recommend is using our system, right? Cutting very smart, building your calorie range a lot higher. And then from here, the deficit, because you're going through a deficit, you have to lose weight. Your metabolism will then be preserved because we're able to look at the test, okay? We're then going to go through a build cut cycle. And then from here, you're going to have the ability to then eat more food. If you eat more food, it becomes a lot easier for you to sustain it. And also the next time you go through a deficit, you can eat a lot higher, okay? So our methodology is really helping someone build the system so that they can only really need to do this once, because you only do need to do this one time. You might have to go through the deficit again, raising the ceiling again. You might have to go through this back and forth, but all in all, the concept is still the same. Eventually, you're going to hit that set point, which is around the 10 to 12%, which we'll dive deeper in. And then once you get here, you actually have a system to maintain this. So our goal for every single one of our clients is to get to at least 15% body fat and then maintaining this at 27 to 3,000 calories per day. It might be harder now, but you only need to do this hard one time. And then from here, it really truly becomes sustainable because you have the data. Okay. So here's what we do. The first thing that we need to do is test. We need to test what your metabolism actually looks like. We can either do this through a DEXA scan, or we have our own proprietary way of actually measuring your metabolism. And it's just through actually looking at your intake. Okay, then we can compare it to your number on the scale. We can compare it to like what we actually see physically. And it's not the most reliable. We can obviously, if someone really wants the reliable data, that's why we have a DEXA scan. But there's a really, really easy for us to test to see what your metabolism looks like. Basically, we can get someone eating at a deficit. From here, if you're eating at a deficit, you should theoretically lose weight. If you don't lose weight, it probably means that you're going through you have some sort of metabolic issues. Your metabolism has truly adapted. If that actually happens, we cannot just keep cutting you, get you through phase number one. We need to move you to phase number two, okay? But let's just assume we get you at eating 1,800 calories. Once you're here, we can actually see the response. We can see the changes, okay? You're actually responding well to a deficit. Perfect. We just need to continue doing this. We can capture data now. And the reason why we don't get a DEXA scan right away for the most part is simply because it takes like 1 to 2 weeks before someone actually does it, okay? It's like the human side, okay? We know you can't just drop everything you do, go get a DEXA scan right away. So we have a quick, easy way for us to see if you're eating at a deficit, what actually happens. From here, we can actually put you through a deficit and then control that preservation of the metabolism. Okay, we use real data here, and the easiest way of doing this is just getting a DEXA scan, right? DEXA scan actually looks at your set point, your baseline. When we implement a protocol together, we can then see what the rate of fat loss is. What's the change, right? We can hit high protein, we can do some sort of heavy training, we can do whatever it is. Whatever the plan really is, we can manipulate the carbs and all that. Our biggest goal is how do we help you lose weight in a deficit while preserving your metabolism? Because if you can preserve your metabolism, it means we don't have to spend so much time building it back up again because it's healthy. And this is the most important thing to actually help you get to this 10.0 standard, which is the 15% body fat year round, eating 2,700 calories. Eventually, once we actually understand what works for you, this metabolism here, all we're going to do is we're going to understand what works for you based off the data and use this data to use it for number two. All we're going to look at is your muscle mass. Which muscles need attention? Which muscle do you need to train? When we train those specific muscle groups, the muscle mass will start to increase. If the muscle mass increases, what happens? Metabolism increases, require more energy at rest. Now what's going to happen is you can start to eat a bit more. 300 calories extra per day is kind of like our goal. So that's like 2,100 calories every single 7 days. So it's pretty good. It's a lot more sustainable. You want to go through this back and forth until you hit your 10% body fat or 15% body fat. Then we'll show you how to maintain this. What are the 3 things you need to do every single day? That will make it unreasonable for you to not get there. And then from here, how do you actually become the person that can actually maintain this? How do you actually become the person where it's like, are you doing the things of someone who actually is 10% body fat? And from here, this is the actual plan. This is what it kind of looks like. We have checkpoints, right? We work with you every single day. We have actual data. We look at the data together. We go through diagnostics. And then from here, you actually have support to figure out what really works for you. Okay? So this is our plan. Talk to you soon.